welcome to the Chris Collector Show, the ultimate vodcast for growing your collecting skills through online video. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Khairi Johari, better known as Pak Jofe, the Chris Collector from Singapore. This show is dedicated to helping you develop a healthy collecting habit and learn how to profit from the latest collecting trends, reviews, and helpful guides. On today's episode, I am going to share with you 5 ways on how you could enrich yourself to be a better Chris collector and achieve a meaningful and memorable experience throughout your collecting journey. So, if you are interested to be a better, mature, and respectable Chris collector, then this episode is definitely for you. So, without further ado, let's roll the intro and get on with the show. Do I need to powder my nose or something? Good, do I look good? Skills and Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to the show. Hope you guys had a fantastic week. I'm so pumped to see you here watching this episode today. This is episode 2 of the Chris Collector Show. If you missed the first episode, check it out right here. Do stay and watch until the end for the results of the giveaway draw offered in the previous episode. Also, I will be including a bonus content where I share with you my method of how I decide if a Chris is worth getting or not. So, do keep a lookout for that segment later at the end of this episode. A little over 5 years ago, before I took YouTube video production seriously, I uploaded a video titled 10 Pointers to Becoming a Better Chris Collector. I have since made that video private, but for the fun of it, here is a snippet of that video.
This video is dedicated to all of you who have been following the Chris Collector since 2015. In today's video, I'll share 10 essential tips on how to become a better
Gosh, I look younger and better looking back then, don't I? Audio and video quality appears like it was recorded on a potato though. Lighting is overexposed, too bright, sound, wrong choice of mic. Script articulation, very stiff and robotic. Goodness gracious, makes my skin crawl just watching this all over again. Well, anyway, it is 2021, high time that I streamline the 10 pointers and reduce it down to just 5. Before that, allow me to take a stroll down memory lane. I've been a Chris collector a little under 25 years now. I started collecting way back in 1997, and in all honesty, back in the day, there never was any formal guideline on how to start a Chris collection, let alone how to be a Chris collector. Sure, there were online forums and whatnot, many of which has gone extinct today, save for a few, but still, it lacks the local flavor, so to speak. What I will be sharing today is a summarized compilation from my experience on what I feel will make you a better Chris collector. As a matter of fact, I think these tips may also be applied to any hobby that involves collecting. Why do collectors collect? The reason varies, and so too are the motivations. The hobby of collecting for leisure and pleasure to some is not an exact science. While methods and practices may differ from one collector to another, but certain fundamentals remains consistent throughout any hobby that involves collecting. These 5 tips are not arranged in any particular order of importance. They merely serve as basic guidelines for the aspiring new collector. In no order of significance, let's start with the first item on the list. Number 1. Drop all fixed ideas. Empty your cup. Bruce Lee, legend of our time, once eloquently said, "In order to taste my cup of water, you must first empty your cup. Drop all of your preconceived ideas and be neutral." You may have read, watched, and listened to various materials related to this subject, but that does not make you well-learned. Well-read, perhaps, but that does not make you a subject matter expert overnight. Even having multiple mentors and teachers in this hobby also excludes you from the privilege of self-appointing yourself as a guru. Even for me, at this stage, I have never considered myself as an expert on this subject, let alone have the audacity to self-proclaim to be one. I am merely sharing my experience with this hobby. The subject of the Christ itself is abstract and immersive. Faith and beliefs in this cultural object is very much ingrained and rooted deeply in the minds and hearts of natives residing in the region of the Malay Archipelago. The Malay Archipelago itself consists of various islands and land masses divided by the sea. Hence, there will be subtle differences in aesthetics, practices, and beliefs related to the Christ culture in respective regions. It is important to keep an open mind and be accepting of possible new ideas, theories, and findings. You need to have an open mind in order to appreciate the vast diversity present in this hobby. If your mind is static and closed, you are not going to enjoy this hobby very much. Number 2, enjoy the journey, or you won't appreciate the destination. Now, without a doubt, the end game to a collector's destination is in the quality and quantity of his collection. This correlates to his level of understanding and knowledge accumulated. The more knowledgeable you are, the better the standards of your collection will be. There is simply no shortcuts to becoming a reputable and knowledgeable collector. For sure, you can engage a consultant to source out the best specimen examples that money can buy, but that would deprive you the pleasure of truly appreciating your collection. Your journey of becoming a collector not only includes the study of the objects that you collect, but also relies on establishing meaningful relationships through respect and diplomacy, be it with other collectors, dealers, craftsmen, and any such persons related to this art. You simply cannot approach them with an air of arrogance and the overwhelming vibe that you know it all. If that is your approach, you've just lost an opportunity to learn new things. Number 3, be bold but not rude. Think critically but speak respectfully. Collecting is a very personal journey. Each collector on this journey will have different experiences. As a fellow collector yourself, you will eventually share or listen to other experiences from your fellow collectors. It is important to be mindful of your response and reactions to each experience shared by and with your fellow collectors. You need not agree or disagree with them aggressively. Likewise, them with you. You need not exert conviction that only your experience and knowledge matters. That is downright snobbery and not of good form as a collector. Be a gentleman. Offer your views accordingly with respect. Best to speak when spoken to, and offer your views only upon request. A collecting community is a small niche, hence it is unsightly to see disparaging attitudes and animosity just because of differences in opinions and attitudes. Conflicts arise from disrespect. So please, respect one another. You have your views, I have mine. If we cannot agree to disagree, just take it as an added insight. It may not be useful at the time of the discussion, but believe me that one day, that discussion will coincide with a new finding. Take it in your stride and keep moving forward. In communication, especially in this connected digital age, adopt this simple rule of engagement. If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. If someone else's collecting style is not to your liking or taste, leave them be. There is no reason to criticize and impress upon others your opinions unless asked for. The hobby of craze collecting is not set in stone, so enjoy what is already in your possession and grow from there. You do you. You collect what you like. Number 4, just slap it. See, like, afford, purchase. In this hobby, the adage old saying, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, holds true. If you see something you like, priced within your comfortable budget, get it. Collecting a Kris and its related accessories is a very personal experience. Most times, factors that draws you to a selected specimen often is already based on what you already aware. Given time and experience, you will develop a specific liking for specific Kris types and styles. This is a natural progression for all collectors. The more knowledgeable and experienced you become, the better your collection will be. So, if you see what you like, you can afford it, purchase it. Short acronym SLAP. Just slap it. You do not need to get approval from others. In the end, it is your money, your decision, and ultimately for your enjoyment. Don't let others tell you otherwise. Be proud of the decision that you have made, but at the same time have a realistic expectation. Do your research before making a purchase. Do not make the mistake of being pressured into buying it only to question it after you have bought it. Also, I would like to add that a Kris is not an investment commodity. You cannot expect it to be easily liquidable when you are strapped for cash. So spend only what you can afford to lose. Do watch till the end of this episode where I will share with you my decision-making matrix on how I decide to buy or not to buy a Kris. Number 5. Own it, don't owe it. Debt is the currency of slaves. Collecting is not a race. Collecting is a marathon. You are not here to compete in the short term, but you are here to complete in the long run. This is a very important point to stress on. To enjoy this hobby to the fullest, my advice is do not go into debt just to rush yourselves to get a Kris specimen. There are many specimens out there, be it old or new. All it takes is patience. When the timing is right, when you become more knowledgeable and experienced, the law of attraction naturally applies. Good specimens will come your way naturally. So why rush your purchase by going into debt? Buying on debt reduces the appreciation of a Kris quite significantly. You never truly own the piece until the debt is cleared. So be wise and say no to owning on debt. Even higher purchase arrangements, that is, paying off in installments, places you in debt. Debt is the root of all misery and suffering. If you studied the history of the Malay culture, the groups of people often conscripted into slavery, aside from prisoners of war or victims of piracy, are those in debt. The Kris, amongst its many other symbolic representations, represents the free spirit, one who is free from oppression and enslavement, except bound for his loyalty and devotion to the divine and to the king of the land. So, if you are thinking of going into debt for a Kris, do think it through. In these unstable times, it is best to reduce your liabilities. It is not wise to line the pockets of dealers in advance while you bear the burden of debt. Many a times, I have witnessed good folks in need of fast cash attempt to liquidate their Kris collection, only to be disappointed when they realize no one wants to buy their collection at the price it was bought for. So there's some food for thought for you. Spend only what you can afford to lose in the short term. Well, those are the 5 guides for aspiring new collectors in 2021 that I can offer to share in today's episode. If you are still here, thank you very much for staying, and as promised, before I reveal the bonus content, here is the result for the giveaway draw from the previous episode. Drum roll, please! Congratulations to the lucky 5. You have been contacted with follow-up instructions, and I hope you will receive your giveaway prize soon. Now, as promised, here is your bonus content for today's episode. Be it you are new to this hobby or a seasoned veteran, many a times the ultimate dilemma that comes our way is deciding if we should buy a Kris that interests us because we came across it, or do we put that intention on hold for the time being. Today, I would like to share with you my decision-making process. It is really quite a simple matrix, yet many struggle with how to make an educated and informed decision. I break it down to 2 constants against 2 variables. The variables are simple yes or no, whilst the constants are fixed at affordability and knowledge. Let's get into it. The first constant is affordability. The most fundamental question you have to ask yourself, can you afford it? Yes or no? The next constant is knowledge. How well do you know or understand the object that you intend to get? Is your knowledge base firm enough? Are you confident that it will be a worthwhile purchase? Yes or no? Now, reference to this graph, the higher your affordability level and the higher your knowledge base is, ultimately the greater the option for you to proceed to get it. So, your decision matrix is as simple as this. Do you have the knowledge? Yes. Do you have the ability? Can you afford it? Yes. Then ultimately, get it. When you have the knowledge, but you lack the affordability, you should plan for your purchase. Save for it. Now, if you have no knowledge, but you can afford it, the best advice I can give based on this matrix is to research more into the object before you make your purchase. At this stage, it is critical because ignorance often is the weakness exploited by unethical dealers. They will prey on your lack of knowledge to pressure you into making a purchase on impulse. Last but not least, if you have no knowledge and you have no affordability at all, you should just let it go and forget it. Go back to this matrix when you have at least one yes answer to one of the constants. So, there you have it, folks, the fastest way to decide on your next craze purchase. Hope this helps in your collecting journey. We have come to the end of today's episode. Thank you for watching till the end. Hope this episode adds value to you and that you have gained something from watching this. I look forward to reading your feedback in the comment section, so please feel free to comment. If you like what you have watched today and feel that more useful video guides are required, please show me your support by clicking the like, subscribe and bell notification icon. New episodes airs on alternate Wednesdays at 8 PM Singapore time, inshallah. So, until the next episode, this is Khairi Johari, better known as Pak Jofe, the Craze Collector from Singapore, snapping out. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.